Hi, it's Carola. I'm trying out a new video setup, so please let me know if you prefer me sitting on the chair that's behind me or down on the floor. Because, well, you know I have a studio, so there are not that many options, but I'm trying to vary it. So please let me know in the comments below. So I'm going to explore Paris for you for the first time in 2020, and this time it is for one of my favorite queens, Queen Eleonore of Aquitaine. Eleonore of Aquitaine didn't spend all her life in Paris because her life was kind of crazy. She was first married to the heir of the French throne when she was 15 and quickly became the Queen of France. And then when she was 28, and after 13 years of marriage and 7 years of no child and then only 2 daughters, she kind of pushed her husband to annul the marriage because divorce wasn't possible back then, but annulment was. And then, unbeknown to her ex-husband, she got betrothed to Henri d'Anjou, and that was the guy who was in line for the English throne. He became Henry II, and because she had married Henry, she became Queen of England. And actually the first time I had heard about her was in Robin Hood, and I kind of thought that she had been married to Richard the Lionheart, but no, that was one of her sons. But the first time I heard about Robin Hood when I was 5 and watching an episode of Hallo Spencer, which is a German program where they have hand puppets playing things. Let's go exploring. Before living in Versailles and even before moving to the Louvre, the castle was on the Ile de la Cité. And of course it was a big castle, it had a cathedral, and of course it had a concierge, and that concierge lived in the Conciergerie. So the castle itself isn't completely there anymore, but there are pieces. For example, the Conciergerie, which is now known as the Revolutionary Prison. So I'm walking around the old castle and what's still standing or what has been replaced. You can see the cathedral and the building that is now Palais de la Justice. You can also see the oldest clock on the corner, but even that was after Eleanor's time living there, so she wouldn't have known that. Eleanor was the heiress of Aquitaine, and Aquitaine was one of the most progressive areas in France. It's around Bordeaux. And so she came up with her very religious husband. He had planned to be a monk, but then his brother died, and so he had to become king, and he didn't really like that idea. The French court, the Parisian court, wasn't as advanced. So a few things that she did and that the people gossiped about and wrote down, and so that's how we know it, is she requested tablecloth on the tables for lunch, and then also that they would use napkins. One of the complaints that one of the bishops wrote down was that her ladies-in-waiting were dressed really beautifully and sexy and provocative. And one of the things known about her was that she was pretty flirty and sexy and having a good time, and her court in Aquitaine was known as the court of courtly love, where troubadours would flirt and sing for ladies. And no, Paris was really strict and very religious, and so she didn't really fit in. There was a lot of gossip, but that makes her likable, doesn't it? I find exploring Paris so exciting, especially from the historic point of view, and I hope you liked the video. See you next time. Bye!